Guy Dawson is the managing member of Classy Communications, a full-service media and marketing company. A seasoned businessman who started his first business at age 12, Guy started Classy Communications to help businesses and organizations improve their bottom lines by leveraging the power of mass media. His firm has worked with a diverse list of clients in real estate, publishing, construction, politics, radio and television broadcasting, network marketing, health and wellness, independent films, digital marketing, and a host of nonprofit organizations. Now, let's make some PR connections with your host, Guy Dawson.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to PR Connections, the business edition, your solution for business success. My name is Guy Dawson, and I am the managing member of Classy Communications, a media and marketing company. We strive to create massive growth in your business bottom line through mass media marketing. Classy Communications can bring greater recognition to your business or organization with public relations, marketing, publishing, broadcast opportunities, event planning, and more. For a free consultation, please call 702-845-6129 or visit classycommunications.net. PR Connections is a forum where business owners, entrepreneurs, sales professionals, and investors showcase what they do. We share cutting-edge business concepts in public relations, marketing, political activism, investing, and personal development. Our business education series features successful local, national, and international entrepreneurs. Tune in and learn business from the best. This segment of the PR Connections radio show is brought to you by Massey & Associates. Are you feeling distressed because of a legal situation? Massey & Associates, attorney at law firm, is here to help you. Call them for representation in bankruptcy, probate matters, wills and trusts, debt negotiation, minor traffic tickets, business contracts, and more. Massey & Associates listen to what you have to say and fight to bring you justice. Call 702-722-9906 or visit MasseyLawVegas.com. It is wonderful to be back for another edition of the PR Connections radio show, and I have the real estate mogul, Don Lehner, back in the studio. How's business?
Business is doing great, Guy. Glad to be here again, as you know, and wanted to go ahead and do an update for the listeners in regards to the upcoming programs and classes. Are you ready?
Over at College of Southern Nevada, we're turning it into a business college.
Right. So for all you out there that are visionary, entrepreneurial, or also existing business owners, enrichment classes that are for business enrichment and or personal development classes that we're involved with are the upcoming class on August 1st. That's going to be the Business Essentials Enrichment class. That's going to help business owners that want to enhance their business and or the entrepreneurial that are looking at where do I start in regards to what is essential in your career and helping to build that. The next class, or actually the next item on the agenda after that is on Wednesday, August 3rd at 6 p.m. is our Business Masters Toastmasters Club. That actually meets at 7475 West Sahara. You could RSVP at that and or the class that I mentioned before at 702-869-9999, and then at the college, back at the College of Southern Nevada, this is going to be their Sahara campus. They're having a buying and selling real estate class. This is going to be for everyone from the entrepreneur to the more entrepreneurial investor that's looking to have properties work for them, so that way they don't have to work so hard for their property. After that, I just want to do a quick plug for in September, there's going to be the Global Business Immersion. That's a traveling group globally, and their next meeting is going to be in Lahaina, Hawaii, 5 days in regards to helping enhance your business. That's an immersion program. And then right back here at the top of the Trump Tower in the penthouse suite is going to be the Global Mastermind program for business owners. And that's going to be October 19th through 23rd. So anyone who has interest in those, they can again call 702-869-9999.
We take time during all of these broadcasts to plug business education because I believe, and I know that Don believes, and the guests that I have who come on the show tend to be in agreement that you've got to be educated to have your ultimate success in business. You have to understand the game that you're involved in to be successful.
If you're not growing in your mindset and your education, you're basically putting your business out of business. You know, if you're not growing, you're dying, and that holds true for business. It holds true for your personal development. And I found that the more I got educated in business, the more I needed personal development, because if you can't change yourself from the inside, you're not going to be able to project that on the outside.
You have to become a larger person for your business to grow. And I've got Dave and Rich from DNR Diamonds are in the studio today. I actually did an interview with Rich a couple of weeks ago that really spoke to what we're talking about. And he was talking about his military career and how he had advanced in the military, and most of his advancement was tied to his willingness to accept education. Welcome to the show, Dave and Rich.
Thank you, John.
Good morning.
Rich, will you touch on that a little bit? Because mentorship and seeking out people who can make you better at what you do is basically the theme of this show today. And I know that you had talked about the things that you learned in the military and how that shaped you as the businessman that you are today.
Yes. I was blessed to have some great supervisors that had confidence in me. And one of the most important things, I absolutely believe that education is so important. But also, to go along with that, you have to have the confidence to use that education. I mean, there's many people out there that might have the education, the knowledge, and but you have to have the confidence to take that step into entrepreneurship and just be confident in yourself that you can do anything. And I think that's one of the biggest assets that I've got from the military, was just confidence that I could do it, along with education and leadership and some of the best leadership courses that are out there. I got through the Air Force Academy. And so just being confident in yourself and having the knowledge, I think that anybody can do anything. Just have the confidence to step out there and do it.
And Dave, I know you're a guy who studies the success of CEOs and other leaders, and that's a really important part of what you create with you in the business environment. And we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, I want you to touch on some of the great leaders that you've studied in business and how they influenced the things that you're doing at DNR House of Diamonds.
I'd love to.
All right, we're going to take a short commercial break to honor our sponsors, and we will be back with more of PR Connections, the business edition, with Guy Dawson at KDWN 720 AM. We are back with more of PR Connections, the business edition, at News Talk KDWN 720 AM and KDWN.com. And the phone lines are open at 702-257-5396 if you have any questions for Rich and Dave. They are the owners of DNR House of Diamonds. And Crescent Hardy has been doing these classes down at North Las Vegas City Hall that I've been talking about on a regular basis on the show. He has one today that is interesting, especially for someone who is a prospective business owner, and it is called Obtaining Your State and Local Business Licenses. When you attend events like this, you get a heads up on what's coming as you're developing your business. So you can go down there today. It's a free event. Crescent Hardy is a very business-friendly congressman who wants to support small business people who want to achieve the American dream through entrepreneurship. And I just think that it'd be a great idea for you to stop down there at City Hall. He's got 2 sessions that he does, these classes. He does from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and then if you can't make that one, you can go from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. down at North Las Vegas City Hall. In the month of August, he's got some great classes, developing a new age marketing plan, entrepreneurship opportunities through franchising, just opportunities for you to be able to learn what it's like to be an entrepreneur. And also there are networking opportunities as well. There are other business owners there, and Don, I know that you always like to combine the educational aspect of business when we do events and things with the networking opportunities.
Oh yeah, what I found is when you're out networking and working with other business owners, you know who's serious and not the fly-by-night businesses. And then you also see their dedication. So, for instance, on those immersion global mastery programs, we could see where business owners are developed, where they've been, where they've come from, and where they're going. And you actually can see that commitment. And when you know that you can depend on another committed business owner, and they see that in you, it's just inevitable that you're going to get cross endorsements, testimonials, and clients coming your way. So the networking, I mean, your net worth is really only as large as your network.
Yeah, so if you want to meet some motivated business owners and learn about how to get your business licensing done, head down to North Las Vegas City Hall today from 9 to 12 or 4 to 7. Right before we went to commercial break, I was speaking with Dave Paget. He co-owns DNR House of Diamonds with Rich Shaw, and I know that Dave is a big student of the success of others, and he uses that as a tool to not have to reinvent the wheel, right, Dave?
Yeah, I think some of the hardest problems we face in business have some of the most simplest solutions. And in one of my studies, I loved reading about Edison. And he was having a real difficult time with creating the light bulb. And the issue was he needed to vacuum out the air in the light bulb so that it wouldn't overburn the filament that they were using. And they were testing all sorts of filament. He didn't feel he had the intelligence to figure out the volume of a light bulb because they were irregular shaped in that day. So he went to MIT, hired a number of mathematicians to calculate what the volume was in this light bulb. And after about 2.5 weeks in the laboratory, he woke up in the middle of the night, ran down to the lab and said, "I figured it out." And they said, "What? We've been working on this for weeks." He said, "Fill it full of water, pour it out, and measure it." Simple solution for a complex problem. So sometimes we attack things in a difficult way instead of really thinking about it and finding out that there might be a very, very simple solution. And that's the power of reading. That's the power of studying. That's the power of looking into other people that might already have blazed that trail. There's a great book by Peter Smith. He's a good friend and has been in the industry for years. And he wrote a book recently called Hiring Squirrels. And you can find it on Amazon. But his whole theory is that you don't hire a horse to climb a tree. You hire a squirrel. And so it's another simple solution in hiring. When you're out there interviewing and talking with people, you want to hire the kind of person that has the innate skills to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do. You can probably train that horse to climb the tree, but he's never going to do it as effectively if you just hired a squirrel in the first place. And so there's just simple little life lessons like that that you learn from other successful business leaders that you can incorporate in your own business.
And Rich, I know that you worked in the jewelry industry before you and Dave got together and formed your company. What did you learn from being on someone else's farm? You know, they say sometimes that the best way to learn the skills to develop your own business is by starting in someone else's business.
Yes, and that was one of the things that I knew. I mean, coming out of the Air Force, I was very highly decorated and was very good at my job, but I always had a passion for jewelry and always knew that this is what I wanted to do. So when I did retire from the Air Force, I knew that I needed to go into the jewelry business from the lowest level as a salesperson just to learn more about the business. I knew that just because I was successful in one aspect of my life didn't mean that I was going to be successful in jewelry. So I was like a sponge. And when I got in the jewelry business, I was fortunate enough to work with people like Dave and other people, and I just was like a sponge. And I knew I had the leadership qualities. It was just learning aspects of the jewelry. And this guy next to me, Dave, is just amazing. He has so much experience and knowledge that still today I'm not so proud where I can't come to Dave and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And that's what's so great about us, is that we both have great knowledge in different areas, and we come to each other, and we're humble enough to know that we're a team, and we're just trying to build something great, and we know that we can lean on each other for information to get there, and that's what makes us good. But just being around people like Dave has just been amazing for me, and like I said, just being a sponge and learning as much as you can that's the way to do it.
And Dave, you've been in the jewelry business for a long time. What do you study now to keep yourself sharp? And when you have so much knowledge and experience in something, there may be that tendency to think that you know it all. I know you are an eternal student. How do you keep yourself sharp now?
Well, that's the first thing. You never think you know it all. If you start thinking that, you're already halfway down the road to disaster. You know, Rich comments that he'll come to me. Well, hey, I come to him more than probably he comes to me, only from the standpoint that I value his opinion. You know, there's another great book out there, by the way, called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. And basically it says violate them at your own risk. It's a very interesting book. It just lays out very simply what you really need to focus on when it comes to marketing. But the very first law is be first. And it's a very simple thing. If you're first at something, you're not going to get, you're going to lead the trail and people are going to respect you. And it's very hard for anyone to catch you when you've been first. And so when it comes to Rich and I's business, we always try to be first. We want to do something that's innovative, that's not been done in the jewelry business. How can we be the bridge between the internet and a traditional brick and mortar jeweler? You know, there's over 1,800 independent jewelers since the end of the recession that have went out of business. These are mom and pop jewelry stores that have been around for 30 plus years, and they didn't change. They didn't evolve. Companies like Kodak, who were crazy with cameras and crazy with film, but they didn't see the advent of a cell phone and how quickly that could put them out of business in the digital age. So as companies, I just think you have to look at the past and be innovative and look for ways to improve. And Rich and I feed off of each other all the time. And he sees things that I miss. And I try to, you know, we kind of compete on, okay, well, I saw this. And he says, yeah, but I saw this. And so we then compare the notes, and then we try to make the best decision for the two of us. But I just think if you have a hunger and a desire, I think, Don, you said it well, you can separate those that are really passionate about what they do, who are genuine about what they do, and how they make it happen.
Thanks for stopping by, fellas. Will you plug your business really quickly here?
Sure. We're D&R House of Diamonds. We're located in downtown Summerlin on the 4th floor, Suite 440. You can reach us at 702-465-4525 or on the internet at dnrdiamonds.com.
Thanks for stopping by, guys, and you'll want to stay tuned. William Bathini is the owner of Paradise India. It is a brand new restaurant out here in Las Vegas. This guy's got a really interesting story. See you all in a few minutes. It is always business and never personal on PR Connections at News Talk KDWN 720 AM. And you can always call in to our show at 702-257-5396 if you'd like to speak with me or the real estate mogul Don Lehner or William Bathini, the owner of Paradise India Restaurant. Classic Communications is partnering with Constant Contact, the solution for small business email and social media marketing. We can help you be a better marketer and keep you connected with the contacts in your database. Call us at 702-845-6129 for a consultation. And, we've been making the announcements the last couple of weeks about the largest mixer, which is the Super Bowl of networking events here in Las Vegas, and it is going to be held on September the 15th, and it is going to be at Texas Station, and it's from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. My company, Classic Communications, has been the PR firm for this event for the last 3 years, and I just would highly encourage you to either attend or get yourself a booth over there. There's going to be 1,500 to 2,000 people attending this event. It's just a great opportunity to mix with a lot of people in the business community here in Vegas. And if you are someone who is considering getting into business, I would really recommend that you show up because you'll be able to start making contact with people who are out there doing it. And that's what this show is about today specifically, audience. It is about doing it. And the people that I am presenting to you are not giving you theory about what works in business. These are men who are out there making it happen, making money in business, and that's what we want for all of you. We want all of you to be able to get a return on your investment in business. You know, one of the things that I see a lot with the business education community is that you have people out there who are teaching theory about how it works, and a lot of them haven't ever really made any money, or they're teaching you what you can do, but they're not really giving you the good information that will help you to increase the revenue in your business. When it all comes down to it, it's about profits. We are in business to profit, aren't we, Don?
Well, that, and also the only way you're going to profit is if you give your customer a result. People pay for results. They don't need to pay for lip service. They don't need to pay for what you are planning on doing. They just want the result. So if you're clear that when you open your business that you have to provide a result to the consumer, you will profit.
Results. And I tell you what, there's a great result when you go to Paradise India Restaurant, and that result is you are going to be stuffed and you are going to have some fantastic food. William Bathini is the owner of that restaurant. Welcome to the show, William.
Thank you, Guy, for this opportunity to be on your show.
William leveraged the power of social media in connecting with me. He just sent me a simple message one day on Facebook and said, hey, I'd love for you to come down and check out my restaurant. It's brand new. Come down and have dinner on me. I thought, that is tremendous relational marketing. And I went down, ate at his restaurant, had an incredibly fabulous experience with the food. I'm a big fan of Indian food, and he and I have been fast friends ever since.
Yeah, well, I wanted to connect to everybody. Social media is one of the biggest things that I could connect. I have the product. It's a 3-concept Indian restaurant. Indian food, juice bar, and pastries.
And you've been running restaurants for quite a while.
Yes, this is my 3rd restaurant. The first restaurant that I started was in Washington, D.C. The second one is Oklahoma City, and this is my 3rd one in Vegas.
Why Vegas? Why did you choose this one for your 3rd location?
Well, I was here last year for my vacation, tried a couple of restaurants and seen, the restaurants were so busy here, and as a businessman, I thought Vegas is the hub, and this is where I wanted to be, and I'm glad that I'm here.
And I tell you, my experience, I've eaten a lot of Indian food. I was raised in Southern California, which has some very, very good Indian restaurants, and there are some good ones here in Vegas as well, but I was just so impressed with William's restaurant. Number one, the way that he presented himself as a businessman, I appreciated that. But then when I came in and I had this mango smoothie thing that he has, you have got to go. If for no other reason, and the rest of the food is phenomenal, but this mango smoothie that he has is unlike anything I've ever had in my life.
Well, Indian food consists of various levels of spices. So the mango drink blends with it. Mango smoothie, it's got mangoes and yogurt, really complements the spiciness of the food. And it's my signature drink.
And you are a chef.
Yeah, I'm a professional chef. Yeah, I went to school back in India. I'm using that here where I innovate the Indian food and try to do something different with the experience that I have. So the fusion food innovated with an Indian food.
A lot of people are chefs their whole lives and they never strike out and actually open up their own restaurants. What made you want to turn your talent into an entrepreneurial endeavor?
My parents used to live in the U.S. when I was in India. And since age 11, I started my own business. So I had this passion for business. So with the talent and the experience that I have, I wanted to put it into the business aspect of life. So.
And you are in a business with a tremendously high failure rate. And I know you can hear the statistics about it, but I've worked with quite a few restaurants through the years doing PR and different things. And what is it that's allowing you to continue to be able to run restaurants when there are so many that fail? What is it that you think you're doing that's different than all these ones that aren't making it?
Well, I have the passion for it. I have the knowledge. And main thing is I'm a believer. When I came to Vegas, the one thing I did was I prayed about a good location. And God has given me the best location in Vegas, I guess. And it's at the intersection of Cimarron and Sahara. And again, my experience, my knowledge, my passion, and God by my side, I would not fail.
and a great business system too, and an attention to detail. And I see that in the way that you run that restaurant. I mean, the bread is on your table. You know, sometimes you go to restaurants and you have a waitress, she shows up every once in a while, but the thing that I've noticed with you is that there's that attention to detail and things being done. Because when I go to a restaurant, I want to experience the same thing every time. And I've noticed that in the way that your restaurant runs.
Well, I'm not a franchise restaurant. It's a mom-pop restaurant. I have to be extra in giving details to my. If I have to be successful, I have to give more than 110%. So I'm a live chef, so I give everything fresh. I cook every day from scratch. I don't believe in pre-made or pre-cooked. At the same time, the food that we give is fresh, and the service that I give is 100% there. So the combination of food and good service.
William Bathini is the owner of Paradise India. It is a new Indian bistro here in Las Vegas. And William, we're going to take a short commercial break. And when we come back, I want you to talk about some of the famous people who come and eat in your restaurant in Washington, D.C. and Oklahoma City. And go have a good meal down at the Paradise India buffet. Trust me, the lunch is just outstanding. We'll be back in a few minutes with more of PR Connections, the business edition with Guy Dawson. It is a great day to be in business with PR Connections, the business edition at News Talk KDWN 720 AM and KDWN.com. And you can still call in at 702-257-5396 if you have any questions for me, the real estate mogul Don Lehner, or William Bathini, the owner of Paradise India Restaurant.
And Guy, I don't want us to forget the listeners out there. If you are entrepreneurially minded and or putting together a business or have a fully functioning business and you have tips that you'd like to share to the audience, the listening audience that's out there, please definitely give Guy a call. How do they reach you, Guy?
Well, they can reach me personally at 702-845-6129 if they want to learn more about how my company can help them with marketing and public relations. And
right. And if you're looking to, relaunch something, put a new dish on the menu, for instance, and you want to launch that dish, this is the place to do it for sure. So if you've got that magical widget out there and the world needs to hear about you, don't be the best kept secret. Get on the Guy Dawson Show here at the PR Connections Business Edition, and let's shoot you off into outer space.
Yes, we'll get the word out about your business, like we will for DNR House of Diamonds. DNR House of Diamonds is making luxury affordable. They can save you hundreds, if not thousands, on engagement rings and fashion jewelry. Call them at 702-758-3421 or visit dnrhouseofdiamonds.com. And I've been speaking with William Bathini. He is the owner of Paradise India Restaurant. And you being in Washington, D.C., William, you've had some pretty prominent people who've come to your restaurant.
Yes, I had a few senators, congressmen who ate at my restaurant. The most exciting thing was in Oklahoma City when I had all the Thunder players come and eat my lamb chops. The Thunder players, as you know, the basketball players are 6 feet, 9 inches, 7 feet. They could literally eat my lamb chops of 6 orders, 7 orders, when a normal guy could just eat 1 order of lamb chops. So it was exciting to have the Thunder players at my restaurant whenever they had the home game.
Kevin Durant, I could see Kevin Durant being able to eat. He's a big guy. All of them, yeah, they all are.
Kevin Durant, the main guy who was center player, Steven Adams from New Zealand, he would come for my lamb chops very often.
And I guess that's a good way to brand your business, is you have that celebrity endorsement. I mean, when people are famous and they come and they enjoy your food, it's like a walking billboard.
Well, once I had the Thunder players and it was on social media, I had Slammed House the next day. So people would just come to see if, the Thunder players would show up anytime and meet them. So that was a good advertisement for me.
Is social media something that you embraced immediately with your restaurants? It's a new phenomena, really, social media. I mean, we've got about 10 years now that it's been pretty significant in in the business community. Were you someone who jumped in right away and saw the value of it?
Yes, social media, Facebook, Instagram. These were my channels to go out to the audience and my clientele. That was the best way to reach out to them.
Yeah, and me as a marketing person, I always encourage people to use social media responsibly, right? Just you have to put that disclaimer. And the way that I've seen you use it is you are in business, you are utilizing it as a platform to promote your business. And when I'm working with people, I know that it is social media, so you have that huge social aspect of the platform. But for me, when I'm working with someone who's in business, is you have to understand that it's primarily a platform to get the word out about your business. But it is very effective.
It is very effective. If you see, in spite of the rules have not to text or read or on phones while driving, we still see everyone on iPhones or texting and looking at the phones while driving. This is a big way for me to get to the social media through Facebook and Instagram.
Well, and there's no better place to cause an accident except for on the corner of Cimarron and Sahara, right? And
yeah, there's a lot going on.
So if you're
there.
going to get yourself in trouble, you can have a place to eat nearby. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention is you were saying earlier on the break that, what is the benefit to the business owners that are out there for going into Paradise, India? And one of the main things that's awesome about the restaurant is if you're looking to wine or dine that next prospect or that next business contact, definitely you'd want to go down there because you've got the lowest prices on your buffet than anyone else in town. And that's one of the things that you're known for here locally. Tell us a little bit more about that. What's on the menu, by the way, there on the buffet?
Well, it's the biggest Indian buffet in Vegas, and I have the lowest price on it. It's vegan friendly, and most of the customers come for gluten-free. So I have vegan and gluten-free.
Oh, he's got it all down there. Definitely a great place to go for a low cost to wine and dine your customer. And the one way to get to the mind of a business owner is actually feed them. So if you're looking for some prospects, I definitely recommend going down and having the buffet and trying that. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a great environment too. Great place to go have one of those power lunches. And let me tell you, another good item on the menu is the chili chicken. I mean, you'll swoon when you eat it.
Chili chicken is a fusion Indian food. It's nothing innovative. It's just fusion. I blend Indian with Chinese. So I do Indian, Indo-Chinese, South Indian, North Indian, and Mughlai. Yes, and
I encourage you to go down and check out this restaurant, just the whole atmosphere and support small business. That's what we talk about all the time on this show, Don, is that, yes, we have plenty of franchises out there, huge conglomerates, and I'm not putting down conglomerates. It's all a part of the business process. But I also like to support independent people like you who have a vision, go out and get one started. And William, how can people come and visit your restaurant or get in contact with you?
Well, I'm on Sahara and Cimarron. It's 8125 West Sahara, Suite 300, right behind Murray Calendars. My number, 702-587-9954.
And as always, it's a pleasure having you as a co-host, Don, the Real Estate Mogul.
Yeah, thank you. Do we have time? I'll mention a couple of things that will also benefit other business owners and their success.
I wish we could, but they got the music coming up, so we are near the end of this week's edition of PR Connections, the Business Edition. Please follow us on Facebook and visit the website classycommunications.net, and I hope that all of your business deals are good ones. See you next week.